Not every genius leaves behind a dynasty. Sometimes they leave behind a memory. Eden Hazard wasn't just a footballer. He was an artist with a ball at his feet. In his prime, defenders spun in circles, fans rose in awe, and comparisons to Messi weren't laughed at. But just as quickly as he rose, he disappeared from the elite. So what really happened? How high did he rise, and how far did he fall? This is the story of Eden Hazard, a star that burned too bright, too fast. Hazard's foundations for greatness were laid early. Born in 1991 in La Louvière, Belgium, and raised in nearby Braine-le-Comte, Eden grew up in a footballing household. His father, Thierry, was a semi-pro midfielder, and his mother, Karine, a former top-flight striker in the Belgian Women's League. With genes and guidance on his side, young Eden had every advantage to develop his talent. In fact, the Hazard family lived just 3 meters from a football training ground, and Eden, the eldest of 4 brothers, spent his childhood honing skills on that pitch with his siblings. By age 4, he was enrolled at local club Royal Stade Brainois, and his precocious talent was already turning heads. One youth coach famously remarked that Eden was so gifted, he knew everything. I had nothing to teach him. His early training paid off in measurable ways. Hazard's close control and dribbling ability were apparent even as a kid, and he soon progressed through youth teams. At 10, he moved to Tubize's academy, and there his reputation grew enough that scouts from French club Lille took notice. On the international front, Hazard was involved with Belgium's youth squads from his mid-teens, representing his country at U15 and U17 levels. These early experiences, quality coaching, competitive youth matches, and a supportive environment provided a solid statistical base for his development. While we don't have goal or assist numbers from his pre-professional days, the qualitative reports are unanimous. Eden Hazard was earmarked for success from a very young age, and his technical skill was years ahead of most peers. In summary, the data points of Hazard's childhood, parentage, training environment, early start at age 4, youth caps for Belgium, all align with those of many top players. The stage was set for his rise. Eden Hazard's professional rise began in France, and it didn't take long to turn heads. At just 14, he joined Lille's youth academy, and by 16, he had already debuted for the senior team in November 2007. Over the next 5 seasons, Hazard made more than 190 appearances for Lille, tallying 50 goals and 53 assists in all competitions. In League One alone, he registered 36 goals and 30 assists, averaging around 0.5 goal contributions per game. Impressive numbers for a young winger still growing into his game. The awards quickly followed. Hazard became the first player ever to win League One Young Player of the Year twice, in 2008-9 and 2009-10. Then, at just 20 years old, he led Lille to a historic League and Cup double in 2010-11, earning League One Player of the Year, the youngest ever to do so. That title-winning season saw him score 7 goals and provide 8 assists in the league, underlining his efficiency in big moments. By the time he left in 2012, he had twice been named in the League One Team of the Year and helped Lille secure their first league title in 57 years. For a club like Lille, Hazard wasn't just a star, he was a game changer. On the international stage, his impact began modestly but symbolically. He debuted for Belgium's senior team in 2008 at just 17, one of the youngest in their history. Though it took him until 2011 to score his first international goal, his presence was already significant. By 2012, Hazard had about 25 to 30 caps and a growing influence in a Belgian side transitioning into its golden generation. The raw numbers, 1 goal and a few assists, don't capture the full picture. Hazard was becoming the creative heartbeat of a new era. By the end of his Lille chapter, the numbers were undeniable. 50-plus goals, 50-plus assists, multiple Player of the Year honors, all by the age of 21. It's no wonder Chelsea spent big to sign him, and Belgium handed him the keys to their future. Eden Hazard's prime, between 2012 and 2018, was where his numbers and performances reached world-class heights. At Chelsea, he delivered elite output. Over 7 seasons, he made 352 appearances, scoring 110 goals and registering 92 assists. In the Premier League alone, he tallied 85 goals and 61 assists in 245 games, averaging roughly 0.6 goal contributions per match. Incredible for a winger. During that period, only 3 strikers scored more league goals, and just 2 playmakers had more assists. But when it came to chance creation, Hazard was unrivaled. He led the Premier League in that category across his Chelsea years. What truly set him apart was his dribbling. Hazard completed a staggering 909 successful dribbles in the Premier League, far ahead of his nearest rival at the time. In the 2014-15 season, he averaged 4.8 successful dribbles per game with over 60% success, leading the league. His ability to progress the ball was backed by elite numbers in progressive carries and fouls won, including a total of 638 fouls drawn in 7 years. He was the most fouled player in the league across multiple seasons, constantly attracting double teams and defensive walls. Despite this pressure, he remained durable, missing relatively few games through injury during his Chelsea tenure, aside from a broken ankle in 2017, which he bounced back from the very next season. He also had a reputation for delivering in big games, consistently scoring or assisting against every top 6 club. Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Liverpool, no one escaped him. Hazard's trophy cabinet reflected this dominance. During his time at Chelsea, he won 2 Premier League titles, 2014-15 and 2016-17. 2 Europa League titles, 2012-13 and 2018-19. First FA Cup, 2017-18, First League Cup, 2014-15. On top of that, he was named PFA Players Player of the Year, 2015, FWA Footballer of the Year, 2015, included in the PFA Team of the Year 4 times, voted Chelsea Player of the Year a record 4 times. Tactically, he adapted to every coach. Under Mourinho, he was the creative heartbeat in a counter-attacking system. With Conte's 3-4-3, he had more freedom and hit 16 league goals in 2016-17. Then under Sarri, he posted a career-best 16 goals and 15 assists in the 2018-19 league season, thriving in a possession-heavy system. His versatility and consistent end product kept him in Ballon d'Or, top 10 conversations, finishing 8th in 2015 and 7th in 2018. While Chelsea was where Hazard built his reputation, the 2018 World Cup was his international peak. As captain, he led Belgium to a historic 3rd-place finish scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists in 6 matches. He created 15 chances, and his 40 successful dribbles were the most by any player in the tournament. In the quarter-final against Brazil, he completed 10 dribbles out of 10, the best 100% success rate ever recorded in a World Cup match since 1966. Hazard earned the silver ball as the tournament's second-best player, 3 Man of the Match awards, and had the highest average match rating among Belgian players. Over his international career, he earned 126 caps, scored 33 goals, and provided 36 assists, becoming Belgium's second highest scorer and a key figure during their run as FIFA's #1 nation from 2018 to 2021. His impact stretched beyond just one tournament. At Euro 2016, he had 1 goal and 4 assists in 5 games, leading the tournament in assists. In World Cup 2018 qualifiers, he scored 6 goals in 9 appearances, helping secure Belgium's spot. In every major competition, he was consistently the difference maker. In June 2019, Eden Hazard joined Real Madrid for an initial €100 million, potentially rising to €150 million with add-ons, one of the most expensive transfers in history. He was expected to step into the void left by Cristiano Ronaldo, but things unraveled quickly. In 4 seasons at Madrid, Hazard managed just 72 total appearances, scoring only 7 goals and assisting 7 more. By contrast, in his final season at Chelsea alone, he netted 21 goals. At Madrid, he never scored more than 1 league goal in a season, a staggering decline. Injuries played a massive role. From ankle fractures to repeated muscle issues, Hazard missed over 50 matches due to injury. His league appearances dropped year by year, 16, 14, 18, and just 6 in 2022-23. Even when fit, he rarely played more than 30 minutes a game, often reduced to a late substitute. Despite Real Madrid winning 2 La Liga titles and the 2022 Champions League, Hazard's role was minimal. He played just 83 minutes in the entire 2021-22 UCL campaign, and in his final season, he didn't score at all in the league. By 2023, Hazard himself admitted, "My impact at Madrid was 0. His advanced metrics, dribbles, chance creation, expected goals, all dropped sharply. The reality, he could never stay healthy long enough to find rhythm or form." Internationally, his decline mirrored the club level. After his stellar 2018 World Cup, his output faded. In Euro 2020, he had no goals and just 1 assist before a muscle tear ended his tournament. At the 2022 World Cup, he played 3 group matches but had no goals or assists, and Belgium exited early. In December 2022, Hazard announced his retirement from international duty with 126 caps, 33 goals, and 36 assists, most of which came before 2019. He had captained Belgium since 2015, but injuries had turned him into a shadow of his former self. Finally, in June 2023, Real Madrid terminated his contract a year early. By October, Hazard announced his retirement at just 32 years old. His final career numbers were solid: 459 club appearances, 126 goals, plus his international record. But for many, those stats felt incomplete. Had he stayed fit post-2019, he might have surpassed 150 club goals and 50 for Belgium. Instead, his peak came early, and his flame burned out far too soon. So, how good was Eden Hazard actually? A short-lived genius, a shooting star who gave us unforgettable moments at his zenith, or an all-time great whose career, despite its premature decline, deserves to be mentioned among the very best? The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Hazard was undeniably one of the most gifted players of his generation, but the sudden fall from grace will always haunt his story. What we do know is that at his best, Eden Hazard made the beautiful game extraordinarily beautiful. His legacy may be complicated, but it's also special, and it will spark debates for years to come.